I mean, his job is not cutting it down, but it's easier. Let's put it that way. In terms of getting older.
Shots fired. Shots fired. All right.
And I hear him complaining here.
Yeah. Well, Hansi, thank you so much for your time. Welcome finally back to North America. I mean, you were here for 70,000 tons of metal not too long ago, but it's been a proper tour, 2016?
With Mankind, yeah. I toured with Demons and Wizards in 2019. But yeah, it's still a long time. So.
Yeah.
16, we did not come to Toronto. We did London, I recall.
Yeah, so the London Music
London
Hall.
is even 9 years ago.
There you go. Toronto, yeah. A lot has happened for you guys. And let's just go straight into that, because we are here to promote still your last album. Even as a headliner, you never have enough time to play every song that you want to play. And because it's been so long, I know there's a lot of people on this tour that also want you to play 1 million songs from your legacy. So walk us through the show tonight. A little bit of a balance between new and old.
Yeah, that's what we're best in. And this is going to happen this evening. You can be sure that you get the classics.
Yeah.
We do tonight 4 of the new album.
Okay.
So that's fair enough. We do Skulls and Shadows, which at least gives the impression that there's something changing in Blind Guardian. But other than that, I think for tonight we have a very solid set of classical stuff, especially on keeping the focus on Nightfall. We don't do too much imagination stuff, even though that is also most liked album of the band. There will be a bit of everything. I don't think we scratch Battalions. We do not scratch The Night at the Opera on this whole tour, which is a shame. We had to skip Beyond the Red Mirror, but that is only for technical reasons, because the songs we intended to play have down-tuned guitars, and we cannot carry along them with us.
Yeah. So it's funny to think about with a band like your legacy. You already go like, oh no, we have a great balance set, we touch on everything, but we can't play that record, we can't play that record, can't play that record. If you had those 5, well, maybe let's say 10 extra minutes, what's one song that you've always wanted to dust off, but that never really got its chance? Like, if there's one that you could pick to add to a set, what would it be?
I think it would be Wait for an Answer from Night at the Opera. That's a very nice treat. We never played that one. We never tried that one. For a reason. And that's mainly me. I would not know how to accomplish that one. That's the shame on the Night at the Opera. Everything is so high-pitched. If you do it a different way, the result is slightly different. We're lucky that, and then there was Silence Works, but we haven't played that for quite a while. But yeah, this is certainly one. What I just recognized is, even on that run, we're playing like, I think 30, 35 songs. And we could technically play, let's say, at least 2 playlists along with these songs, and you would not miss a lot. Of course, if we skip the Bach song, that's something. But on the whole run, we haven't played a lot of the Rings, because we don't have a keyboarder with us.
Right.
And we would need that for this particular song. No one was really complaining, because,
there's still
the other 2 ballads are fine enough, but we could just go for the other 20 greatest hits.
So, I mean, you mentioned the Bard song. I want to ask you about this. I mean, it's been around for quite a while, but it had this massive resurgence in even broader appeal from that one particular Wacken live recording of the Bard song in Valhalla that now, I don't know, 200 million people have watched on YouTube. As people that love metal, what we never seem to stop telling other people how great metal is, and they should look at this one video, and that video is one of those, right? It's one of those 4 videos on YouTube that every metalhead wants to show to somebody else, and it becomes this reaction community viral craze. When that happened for you, was that like, that must have been a weird sensation when you start to realize that this particular song, or 2 songs and video, was taking off like that?
Well, let's stay with the Bart song, because that's the bigger miracle, in terms of that. Valhalla is like, I would say it's a fashion, but it's a straight into your face song, and the song is, even with the extension of the acoustic part at the very end, it's a clear metal song,
right?
And we didn't count so much on it when we recorded it. We considered it to be a good song, but we never thought about it being so special.
Right.
Hansen coming to the studio back then, he was the first one saying, well, this is the song I want to play on, which was not in our intention, but we said, yeah, just do it. And, oh, you want to sing? That was pretty cool, and had the song, of course, as well. But the Bart song was, written in a mood like with Lord of the Rings. We knew it would be a nerdy song. We knew it would be an atmospheric song.
Yeah.
But we didn't have an idea that it would move people so much.
Yeah.
And especially when seeing this Wacken video, you
all of a
just
sudden
recognize
80,000 people in tears.
I don't have to sing. I sing the first line. That's mainly because we're playing without click or so the band stays in a certain range where everything goes along together with the audience, and then I just hand it over to the audience, and I would not have to sing a single line. I think that there's one key change where I say, okay, I get in again, but this is it. And Elizabeth, the charismatic voice, has chosen these two chunks, to judge my vocal abilities, and I'm not singing technically. I was like, okay, I'm doing a few things, and she recognized, he's good. But these are the songs where you would have problems in judging if you didn't know the rest, maybe. But that's a great thing. And also the guys from Night Demon, during this tour, they said, well, it's such a shame. It's such a nice song, and you could sing it all along, and you could really, shine as a vocalist. And the audience is singing it every evening. I said, yeah, well, for us, it's it's more than a gift. It's like, it's the essence of music. This is how we understand not only music, but especially live shows. Yes, I mean, there should be a chorus singable. There should be interaction in a way where the audience takes over. And if you have, like in Wacken, 70, 80,000 singing such a song, this is doing something to you. Even
for sure, I can't imagine.
Even though if 200 people in a small club sing it, it's more or less the same feeling. But yes, of course, the legacy of this filming is brilliant for us.
When I last spoke to André on an interview for the album coming out, I asked him about legacy and whatever, it's 35 years and whatever of the band. And he goes like, don't care too much about 35 years. Talk to me in 25 years and we're celebrating 60 years. Like, the band's getting a little older, but the crowd doesn't seem to get older. I mean, maybe the older people are in the back, but when we see that video and other live videos, it's people that were born after the Bart song came out that are singing every word. Have you seen that on this tour as well?
Yes, I've seen both. I've seen audiences, let's say, 5 to 10 years younger than we are, which means they have aged along with us. And there's also the community of people, and it's really regional, where you have like 50%, 60% of younger people in the front rows. It's a privilege. It's a gift again. I agree with André. I would love to go on for the next 20 years. We'll see. I mean, his job is not cutting it down, but it's easier. Let's put it that way, in terms of getting older.
Shots fired. All right.
And I hear him complaining here about things, 4 shows in a row. No. You would expect that from a vocalist, but you get it from the guitarist more often than from me.
Well, of course, I mean, your songs, people sing the songs, you don't have to sing, so you can just take a break.
I mean, that's 50% of the truth. But anyway, it's a great challenge every night for everyone on the stage, and so far we're doing good. We're preparing ourselves quite well, and as I told you, like, I like to drink beer. I don't drink beer. I just keep it as it is, on tour. So we have grown up in a matured way by becoming aware that our profession is to entertain people and that this is more important than to have fun on tour, you know, aside from the shows, which are great fun. So André, for example, we have like maybe 3:30 now, he's still sleeping. You know, and he awakes, let's say, within the next hour, and then we just warming up. He's doing a bit of his computer gaming, but other than that, he's warming up, goes on stage, and back to bed. And I'm the early. No, I'm not the early bird. The early bird is Marcus, but I'm getting up early, and I'm not doing anything but preparing myself for the show.
And for the people watching, we're not recording this at 5 o'clock in the morning. To wrap us up, after this tour, we're going to expect eventually the new album coming out. Even with almost 40 years with this band and all the experience that you have, the success of the last album and the praise of the last album, does that give somebody as experienced as you still some nerves of like, oh, now there's extra pressure that we weren't expecting?
No, it's encouraging.
Okay.
For me, it was barely ever a pressure. Okay. You know, or a burden, you know, to have a good reputation or good reviews. It's the opposite, you know, when people start criticizing, heavily criticizing, that's also encouraging in terms of, you know, proving, but then there is more pressure than it would be for me when people are praising it. And this praise is really a hype, which we are not only seeing on the road right now as, you know, something in the eyes of the people, but also this gives us the idea that the 20 years become more realistic by that. You have to say that. You know, if you do mediocre albums, you vanish very quickly.
That's true. That's true. Well, I don't think you'll be vanishing anytime soon. I know that you are so busy, but I do appreciate you taking a few minutes out of your busy schedule to talk to us. Thank you so much, Hansi.
Thank you.
I could ask you a million more questions, but I'm going to let you get ready for the show.
Very cool. Thank you
so much. You are awesome for watching this video. Click right here to see more content like it and subscribe to the channel.